Hello, Tom Gilbert, Chief Photographer and Chief Beer Blogger for the Tulsa World, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Here we are, welcoming the first week of September with the traditional Labor Day weekend celebration. And we start this week's Explore Tulsa with a tasty treat to close out summer.
Then a bakery with 75 years of yummy.
Followed by a good deed from a great vet.
Plus Tulsa's Horn Doctor.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Thanks for taking the time to join us once again during your Labor Day week.
You know, Trish, Labor Day has been around since 1882, but it wasn't until 1894 that it became a federal holiday.
That's right, and Labor Day was celebrated with parades, speeches, and picnics.
Many also think of Labor Day as the end of summer.
Oh, which means it's also no longer fashionably acceptable to wear white.
That means I'm going to have to put away my seersucker suit for another 9 months or so.
But we still have until September 23rd for the first official day of fall.
So we might as well make the most of the last days of summer with a dozen or so popsicles from the Popsicle Dude, his one-of-a-kind, gluten-free, junk-free Jared's ProPops.
I've been a big fan of popsicles. I think everybody's a big fan of popsicles. However, it just kind of started within the past couple of years. My sons love popsicles, and it just stemmed and blossomed from there. I was something completely opposite. I was in the money management business, so I did that for a long time. And so I was one of those crazy dads that I would make yogurt and I would put all sorts of things in my kids' lunch. And of course they ate it. They said it was awesome. But they wanted something different, so I started making sodas and just really doing a lot of research about ways that you can use probiotics and things for different types of foods. What probiotics do and enzymes is that they actually help break down the sugars and break down the food so that your body absorbs the nutrients. So with my probiotics in the foods is that I've really taken a lot of the guesswork, or the probiotics I should say, has taken a lot of the guesswork on really what you have to do with foods. So making it very easy to digest, you're getting most of the nutrients from the foods, your body is healthier, it has natural energy, and it's just a great way for your body to use whole foods. So I just would take a bunch of fruits and mix it with some juice and do it, and it just ended up like a giant ice cube. And it just wasn't tasty, and of course I was thinking they were the best things since sliced bread. I was handing them out to people and say, hey, these are great, and they weren't. And so what I figured out is that the more that you use natural foods as opposed to juice or other things, the more that you actually use the foods themselves, the more that the probiotics can actually work and make it naturally sweeter and make it naturally creamier and make it naturally palatable for the body and for the taste as well. You know, the idea behind making Jared's ProPops was that I wanted to really create something that was healthy, that actually made you healthier by having it. And so the popsicles themselves, I mean, most of the things that you have, it's just a lot of sugar and just a lot of coloring, whereas what I do with my popsicles is certainly they're all organic, but the distinguishing characteristics are the probiotics that are actually used in each and every popsicle. The probiotics are really kind of the magic elixir is what I say for this, but it does so much for the foods. I mean, generally you can find probiotics in a lot of foods, but having it in the popsicle form, as I said, you become healthier actually by eating it. So it's not just, I mean, it's a dessert, it's something tasty, but it's also a healthy alternative to somebody that takes like a supplement or something along those lines. In terms of the actual water base that is gluten-free and non-dairy, there's nothing like it on the market. You can get them at pretty much most of the farmers markets. We do sell most of them at Cherry Street or Guthrie Green farmers markets, but we're also selling them in old school. We've started an old school bagel company. We're starting to sell them in the Phoenix. We sell them at a lot of local stores, dwelling spaces. In the beginning, I was so preoccupied with creating a good popsicle that people wanted to talk about. And I've had several people, you shouldn't give stuff away, and I still do, but because I like people to like the taste. And now I finally accepted the fact that these are absolutely phenomenal tasting popsicles. And so once you get past that and you're very comfortable, at least I'm comfortable knowing that most of the ones that I put out there that are great tasting, then I can just again start focusing on the good health benefits, and I don't have to worry about really too much because I've got that process down. So now I can talk about probiotics and the reason that they're good healthy popsicles and the things that I love to do.
Jared's ProPops are really good. But first he handed me one. It was strawberry with chocolate on it.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Yeah, but it was like, dude, you've got your chocolate on my popsicle. But once I tasted it, I was hooked.
See, I've been telling you that there are plenty of treats and foods out there that are good for you and taste good too. Plus, Jared's ProPops are all natural and use probiotics as an added health bonus.
Okay, so you're right again. To be like Miss Smarty Pants here, you might want to look up and visit jaredspropops.weebly.com or look them up on Facebook.
Hey Stevie, your birthday's in September, right?
Yep, gonna be 26.
By now, you've been saying that for more years than the actual numbers themselves.
Watch it now, Trish. Just watch it.
All right, to make it up to you, next we thought we should go cake shopping for your birthday by visiting a Tulsa tradition since 1938 at Ann's Bakery when we return with more Explore Tulsa next.
Ever since the first movie theaters opened in the early 1900s, man has been trying everything to bring that same experience home to enjoy with their families. And for more than 30 years, Video Revolution and their home entertainment experts have been making those dreams come true by designing custom home theater solutions for both in and outdoor use. From 1080p LEDs to the brand new Sony 4K flat panel TVs, or come in to see the latest in sound bars and surround sound setups. Always the top name brands are found at Video Revolution. That same electronic expertise we also apply to your business communications network, from boardroom automation to video wall presentations. No matter what technology the future holds, you can count on Video Revolution to be leading the way. Tulsa's headquarters for the best selection and installation of cutting-edge electronics. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi, I'm Clint Dooley, owner and operator of BIA Training Solutions, and you are watching Explore Tulsa.
Hi, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa and a little pastry history.
That's right, Trish. For 75 years, Tulsans have celebrated many of their biggest events by stopping in at Ann's Bakery.
Still family owned, the original location is still located at 7 North Harvard, but this week they are having a huge grand opening party at their new location at 41st and Sheridan.
My grandmother and grandfather back in the late 30s met, and they were both in the baking industry, and they decided when they got married that they would open their own bakery. So in 1938 they opened Ann's. They actually bought a house there and they built the bakery up underneath it. They jumped headfirst into the wedding cake industry. So they made very elaborate wedding cakes. My grandfather actually was the decorator at the time. They also did lots of breads. They supplied breads to local supermarkets and things like that. I think probably just the big mixers and the big ovens, everything was almost bigger than life because I was so little. I just loved it. I mean, I don't remember eating a lot of it, I think because I was around it so much, but I just liked the whole process of it, watching them mix in these huge bowls. And through junior high, my mother would be like, oh, why don't you try and make a flour? And so I would make a flour and oh, that's good. And then it was like, oh, why don't you try and write for me? Write your name. So I'd write and, oh, that's pretty. And then pretty soon it was like, here's a cake. Why don't you decorate it? And so then it was like she was really sly in how she taught me to decorate. And pretty soon I was like working. I didn't even know it. I think probably the biggest change was the supermarket where they started having in-store bakeries. That was a big change for just standalone bakeries. It was hard on us, and so that was kind of the trend then. So we had to kind of hold on to prove ourselves, hold on to our customers, and of course we hung in there and came through it. But we kind of have our niche is that we're, it's about customer service and about tailoring your cake to how you want it. So it is different than what you would get at the grocery stores. So we do try and do things that not everybody can do. I mean, there are trends that we try and keep up with, and now we see the little bakeries popping up that aren't, inside the grocery stores anymore. So it does make it a little bit easier for people to make it. Well, we make a pecan sandy that that we've made since it's probably older than, the recipe's probably older than me, that we still make, that people love, and they're delicious. And our frosting, we make fresh every day, and it's a buttercream frosting it's just delicious, and it was my grandfather's recipe. We hold on, of course, to if it's not broke, don't fix it, like the recipes, so we stick close to those. And then, of course, we've had to adjust other things that kind of were outdated and make better. And then we've included fondant in our decorations now, where before we were completely buttercream. We've added that to our lineup, and we do a lot of specialty cookies, and it's hard for us to say no. So if someone comes in with kind of a strange idea, we'll try it or we'll tempt it. I think as my kids were growing up and getting older, the thought of having the bakery still in the family was probably even more important, because the more I thought about, well, this was something that was left for me, and I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to walk into it, and now I want my children and their children to have it. Actually, my oldest son helps with running this new location, and then my younger son bakes, so he bakes all the pastries, pies, cookies, things like that. I mean, people love the bakery. I love hearing people talk about their stories, about their family, their traditions with the bakery over the years, their grandparents getting their cakes at Ann's, and now the grandchildren and great-grandchildren are getting things at the bakery. It's exciting.
Their cakes are delicious, but those cannolis were calling my name. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
You and your Godfather references. To learn more about Ann's Bakery and their new location's grand opening, visit annsbakery.com.
Trish, have you ever been on a poker run?
Can't say that I have, Stevie.
Then you are in for a real treat, as next we visit Lauren Kasdan. He's organizing a huge poker run at the Tulsa Elks Lodge to benefit wounded warriors. And we'll learn all about it next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Hello friends, it's Dr. Danny for the Danny Beck Chevrolet Clinic. You know, I've spent years perfecting my secret formula to make customers happy. Now you can buy a car at a place where you're pressured, or you can come out here and do it the easy way and get great prices, great service, and have fun doing it. So come by the Danny Beck Chevrolet Clinic and see me or one of my associates for a deal that won't make you squeal.
Where were you on the night in question?
I was at Video Revolution. They're open till 7 Monday through Friday, 6 on Saturdays, and 5 on Sunday.
Is there anyone that can testify to the accuracy of your story?
Yeah. All the salespeople were caring and friendly, and they knew everything about home entertainment, all my home entertainment needs, and from HD TVs to camcorders and 3D TVs.
The evidence all points to Sony choosing Video Revolution for major growth as an Oklahoma independent retailer. Video Revolution even offers a 30-day lowest price money-back guarantee. The facts are evident, with features and prices you won't find at a big box store. My investigation is proof positive for the best service before and even after the sale. It would be a crime not to stop by Video Revolution.
Persimmon Hollow Flea Market Village. Shop 16 buildings on 3 acres. Free admission and parking's free too. Open every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find us 1 block east of 71st and Garnett behind the Salvation Army store.
If you have a motorcycle, know a wounded warrior, or a veteran yourself, you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
A good friend to Explore Tulsa is a local Vietnam vet, Lauren Caston.
Lauren has been visiting with us for over a year now, looking for just the right venue to hold an event to help wounded warriors.
As a veteran himself, he knows that no matter how much you want to, coming back home from the battlefield can many times be more difficult than it seems.
So please listen to Lauren's story and his invitation to join him and many others on September 27th at the Elks Lodge Poker Run event.
I was in the Marines, got there in 1965, had to go to boot camp, trained, and went over to Vietnam in August of that year, 1967. I was 18 and a half, and going over there, I was really, we went over on the troop ship. There was like 5,989 Marines that went over. And we get thrown in there, I was really worried. Because, you know, when you got orders from Vietnam, I said, well, this is it. You know, this is where you're going, and you might not come back, and, you know, you got to stay focused. Me being in 0311, that was infantry, that was grunt. I was on the front line. I was on patrols every night. I could have got shot anytime. I was injured in battle. And I was with a company called Suicide Charlie. We got our name from Chesty Puller in 1945. It was really a terrible experience. I mean, the rained so hard, it'll penetrate right through a raincoat. The jungle, I mean, you had all kinds of vipers and cobras and you name it, you had it.
The Marine Corps League is compiled of Marines who care. The Elks Club, one of their things is we care about veterans, children, and the community. The whole point of Lauren putting this project on was because he was motivated from the heart, and this is a project he felt very strongly about because he didn't have the kind of support that's out there today. But just because it's out there today doesn't mean it's self-funded. You have to raise money to help these men and women.
I'd love for everybody to come out and enjoy themselves. I myself am going to be playing music all day long, and I hope that they enjoy it. I'm going to do the music from the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, and we'll have the Hooter girls out there. I'm going to try to bring some Marines from the Marine Corps League and some Marines that just got back from Afghanistan. I talked to them. They'd love to be out there.
It's going to start at 10:30 in the morning and last till 7 o'clock at night. We're going to start with a car wash at 10:30 to 2:30, and it's free. And then at 10:30 is registration for the poker run, and 11:30 kickstands up, and we'll do an award ceremony at 6. There'll be music all day long. The GI Wishes folks are going to be here with animals. We're going to have food, we're going to have fun, we're going to have prizes. This is going to be just a fun day for everyone to come support the wounded warriors that we all love.
I feel that it's important to keep these programs together because I didn't have this program. Because I didn't have this program, many guys suffer with PTSD and they wake up with different nightmares and flashbacks and whatnot. We didn't have anybody to console us. We had to console ourselves. And so the guys that had this Wounded Warrior program, to get rehabilitated, we had 2 weeks of debriefing and that's it. They put you out in the street, and if you made it, you made it. I'm passionate about it because I am a combat Marine veteran, and I didn't have any of these programs. I had to do it by myself. And now that I see all these programs together, the people need funding, you know. they need somebody to push, and that's what I'm doing.
Stories like Lauren's is shared by so many others, so we have to salute Lauren in his efforts to take a sad set of circumstances and do good by bringing people together for a fun outing that not only helps us remember those who have served, but also does some good along the way.
The Wounded Warrior Day will take place Saturday, September 27th at the Tulsa Elks Lodge at 53rd and Harvard.
Be there at 10:30 in the morning for the poker run, plus other fun events, music, everything going on all day.
You know, Stevie, our next guest is a veteran too.
Yeah, he is, but this time his service was brought on through inspiration of music. Just ahead, we'll meet Carl of McGuire Music Repair when Explore Tulsa continues.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
At Video Revolution,
we've got today's 3D technology.
Smart TVs.
And I can help you pick the one that's
a larger size TV.
We handle it all here at Video Revolution.
Now people can get
a 90-inch TV.
Locally owned and operated.
Now coming up on a 30-year anniversary.
Customer service is our priority.
We have our own service center.
It just brings back enjoyment to watching TV.
And now it's affordable for everybody.
And we sell fun stuff.
It's like toys for big kids.
Customers that come into Video Revolution are blown away.
Persimmon Hollow Flea Market Village. Shop 16 buildings on 3 acres. Free admission and parking's free too. Open every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find us 1 block east of 71st and Garnett behind the Salvation Army store.
It's times like these that I wish I could play a musical instrument so I could play a little something, you know, to bring everybody back to Explore Tulsa.
Now, Stevie, did you ever join the military?
I thought about it once, but the sergeant said that I didn't have any positions for a goofy sidekick co-host.
I guess you should have learned to play an instrument. Then maybe your life would have been as interesting as Carl of McGuire's Music Repair.
My dad decided that, you know, if any of our children, you know, if his children wanted to play a musical instrument, he would get us an instrument. And plus, most of my dad's friends were in the military band, and we used to go and listen to the Navy band, the Air Force band, the Marine band, and all of them. And so when I got my draft notice, I went and took an audition and passed the audition and went into the 324th Army Band at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland. Military bands, our whole purpose was to support morale of the soldiers. And we would go to VA centers and play concerts. We'd go out in the public and do parades and play things. I was stationed in Massachusetts. I got to go to all kinds of towns, meet people, play concerts. Playing music is just, it's wonderful. My dad learned from some people in the Air Force how to fix musical instruments. And, you know, I worked on instruments while I was in the Army because I did that when I was growing up with my dad. After I retired, my dad says, "Do you want to open up a repair store here in Tulsa?" And we did. I love brass work. I work on oboes, I work on clarinets, I work on flutes, but I really don't like them. Playing is good for the soul, good for the mind. You know, it's like, if I played high school football, I can't play it now. I played in the band, I can still play. You know, when you have this child that's just starting to play, and there's a note that doesn't work, and then when you do the whole job and fix the instrument correctly, they'll pick it. I say, "Go ahead and see if it works for you now," and they pick it up and they play that note that wasn't working, and they go, good, and then they put it back. And to see the smile on their face is a lot of fun. You can make people cry by playing. You can make people happy by playing. It stimulates the other half of the brain. I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Man, I'd have loved to have played for President Reagan.
Oh, I bet he was really glad you didn't.
Hardy har har.
If you have an instrument in need of repair or need a music lesson or two, look up Carl on Facebook under McGuire Music Repair.
Should have brought my sax anyway.
Oh, stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, I'm Stephen Lee with Video Revolution. If you ever wanted great home theater sound and thought it was too difficult, I'm going to show you today how simple it really is. What you're going to find in the box is, of course, the Sonos soundbar that has 9 speakers built into it. It's simple to set up. All you need are 2 cords, the power cord and the optical cord. One of the things about the Sonos soundbar that makes it so great, with the 9 speakers that are built into it, it gives you that cinema sound. Television speakers now are much smaller and people have a hard time hearing the dialogue in television. Okay, first, you're going to take the optical cable that comes with it and plug it into the input of the sound bar, and then the other end you will plug into the output of the television. Once your optical cable is plugged in, you're ready to go. You can go to Sonos's website for a free download of the app, and with your iPad or your iPhone or Android phone, you can control the volume of your new Sonos soundbar.
Going somewhere? No?
It's as easy as that. Now that it's set up and ready to go, if you're ready for that home theater experience, just come in and see me and I'll show you how it's done.
Be sure and join us next week when we take on one of nature's wildest beasts of the Tulsa tundra. When we meet beekeeper Kenny Hammond.
We want to thank Jared of Jared's ProPops for making us a healthy and tasty treat.
Thanks to Shannon and her family and crew for keeping her grandparents' bakery still cooking all those good treats. And to Lauren and everyone at the Tulsa Elks Lodge for doing such great work with their upcoming event, Wounded Warrior Day, September 27th.
Plus thanks to Carl of McGuire Music Repair for showing us around his shop and telling us about his days with the Army Band.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs. And remember to vote for Video Revolution at TulsaWorld.com for Best in the World in the category of Best Electronics.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the 2-pair for $129 deal with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.